But you also mentioned this issue of whether the God of the Old Covenant and the God of the New Covenant are different gods. I think that may be part of where your question is lying. That gets a little bit at the point I was making a moment ago, is that early Christians were very committed to the idea of a unity between the God of the Old Testament and the God of the New. In fact, in many ways, they saw Jesus as the manifestation in the flesh, of course, of the Old Testament God. And so there is a great amount of unity between the two. Sometimes we can look at the Old Testament and get this impression that the Old Testament's a God of wrath and the New Testament is a God of mercy. But truthfully, that is, in my opinion, a very cursory look at the two Testaments. There's many, many places in the Old where God is incredibly gracious and merciful. Many places in the New where Jesus and New Testament context indicate that God is still a very holy God. In fact, when God identifies himself to Moses in the Old Testament, he goes out of his way to identify himself as a God of patience and mercy and long-suffering. This is something I think helps us establish the unity between the two covenants.